Welcome, everyone, to Body, Mind, Soul Show. I'm your host, Polixeni Katsaros, Doctor of Physical Therapy, author of the book, Posture Simply, Posture Correct Simply. Today, we have a great show planned, and I want to fill you in. It's called The 7 Important Factors in Staying Healthy. All right, so we're going to discuss each one. I'll list them right off the bat. Air, water, earth, sun, move, sleep, and love. Okay, so let's start with number 1, which is air. Now, air is very important to us. Of course, the quality of air is even better. However, the fact that we have to focus in on our breath and the how we breathe. So taking belly breath is important as we breathe in and out of our nose, or at least in our nose and out our mouth, but always in through the nose, because the nose filters the air. And if you are a mouth breather, you're pretty much exposing your lungs to all the, toxins that are in the air. And it would be as if your lungs are outside of your body, are exposed to all the toxins. So when I talk about air, I'm talking about taking the breath in your nose and then out your mouth, or in and out of your nose. There are very many techniques out there, and that could be up to you to look up each and every one. But for me today, to discuss air in terms of breath is a very important factor in staying healthy. Okay? Now, the second one is water. Now, our body is made up of water. 60–70% of our body is water. We need water, so we need to drink water. But, we can also eat water. And how do we do that? Well, there's watermelon, there's all kinds of fruits and vegetables that consist of also water. And having that in our diets are very important. So water, the water we drink. Now, we have to be careful not to drink contaminated water or water that has a lot of chemicals in that. So spring water, filtered water, all good. And so water is a very important part of making us stay healthy. Okay, the little tidbit about water, because our body is made up of water. I'll be getting into the fascial system, but our fascial system is relying on us to stay hydrated so that the fibers glide and slide as we move easier. So staying hydrated with water, whether you drink it or eat it, is a very important factor in staying healthy. Okay, so that brings me to the next factor, which is earth. Well, having ourselves being part of the earth, where we eat our food from the earth, so as best as we can, we want to make sure that we keep ourselves connected to the earth. And there's food from the earth that will help keep us healthy. Also, there are a concept called grounding, which is where you take your body, whether it's your hands, your feet, or your whole body, you can lie down on part of the grass, part of the earth. Pick a spot that hasn't been treated with toxic chemicals, because that would be defeating the purpose. But yes, being exposed to the earth helps our body with our electrical system. The earth helps us get electrons, and if we can get electrons, that'll help balance our protons and electrons and neutrons in our system and help us stay pretty much balanced in our electrical system. And that's an important factor in staying healthy. So earth, the food we eat, and being grounded. Okay, there are lots of different ways to be grounded. So again, you can look all that up on our wonderful social networking arena. Okay, so the next factor that's important for staying healthy is the sun. Okay, so if we can make sure that we spend at least 10 minutes outside, and that's really a minimum. 30 minutes would be great, but the balance would be, a good 20 minutes. Outside where the sun rays are upon you, all right? So what that would do is that enhances vitamin D intake. It also helps, just like the plants that grow need the sun for photosynthesis, humans and animals, we are animals, we need the sun for photosynthesis also to help our cells make energy. So I don't want to get into depth with the biology, but the sun is a very important part of, important factor in us staying healthy, okay? And not to mention, emotionally, without the sun, we tend to maybe be a little bit more, as they say, blue or depressed or just not feeling a whole lot of energy. And that, in a sense, is why the sun is very important. It's an important factor in staying healthy. So that takes us to number 5, move. Now, when I say move, I am talking about our myofascial system. Now, you all know we have muscles. Now, muscles, and for the longest time, we only thought that muscles were what moved us. But since the early 2000s, we have, thanks to a lot of research and people believing in the system of the fascial system, that has come to play a very important role in moving, where the muscles help the fascia and the fascia helps the muscles. And those two are not separated, but they are considered the system of movement, the myofascial system. And the myofascial system is under our skin, around all the muscles. It encompasses all the nerves, the blood vessels. Fascia itself covers all the bones. And in order to keep the myofascial system healthy, we need to move. And what the experts are saying is that we sit or we stand or we do something in life in a one direction, okay? And what the myofascial system needs is multi-direction. So if we are sitting for 20, 30 minutes, we need to maybe stand up and just do a little rotation. We need to reach, we need to shift, okay? And what we need to do is move in a way that we haven't moved while sitting still and doing something, static. So our myofascial system needs to move, and it does rely on water, as I mentioned earlier. So movement is an important factor in staying healthy. Okay? All right, good. Next factor in staying healthy is sleep. Now, sleep is, I think it's underrated. Sleep is the most important part, and it doesn't really take the place of any of the above factors. All of these factors are equally important, but sleep helps us restore, okay? It helps us heal. It allows our liver to rejuvenate our body. So sleep is a very important part of staying healthy. And there's a lot of talk out there about, ways to help you sleep. There's people that use CPAP machines to help them sleep. There are breathing techniques that help people sleep. There's also medications, but, to further discuss that would take a whole nother session. But be careful what you are doing, because sometimes, like some people drink alcohol and then they go to sleep, but that really isn't a restorative sleep. So a good amount of sleep, I would say between 7 and 9 hours, okay, of sleep. Is there a question in the house?
Yes.
Okay, what is the
The
question?
question is that if you drink alcohol and you fall asleep, isn't that more like an induced sleep?
Yeah, alcohol is a depressant,
Yeah.
so it definitely will make your body fall asleep. However, it's not the type of sleep you need for healing and to stay healthy. Yeah. So, I mean, I'm very guilty of having too much to drink and then going to bed,
Uh
and
huh.
but those are the few, and those are the few times. For the most part, I am paying more attention to my my need to stay healthy, and so I'm paying more attention to, if I'm going to go and have a drink or two or three, then I drink water,
Right.
and I make sure that there's some time
In
in
between.
before I go to sleep. Yeah, yeah, but no,
Yeah.
passing out is not the same.
Oh yeah. And also, when you fall asleep, like if you have like a minor illness, like a cold or something like that, sleep helps you heal better. Heal
Absolutely.
better because your body's focused on the illness versus you being awake. More focus is
Yes, that's
on
why
that
when
healing you.
you are fighting something, it's best to go to bed early. If you're noticing that you're fighting something, Okay, like I like to take my body temperature because that's an indication to me whether I'm brewing something. And
Right.
so
Right.
if I don't feel 100% and I am questioning why, I'll take my temperature and it'll actually be maybe 3 degrees higher.
Right.
And that clues me in. I better get more sleep tonight. And that helps
It
balance
helps
it
about
out.
better.
What's that?
It helps you feel a lot better. Yeah, I
Yes.
even heard that even taking, like, if you have a long day, and even in some countries now, they introduce like a 20-minute um, like a nap or something like
Like a
that.
siesta.
Yeah.
Well, I was just in Greece, and I know in many of the European countries, especially Greece, they still do afternoon naps. Yeah. People are open for
Right.
business in the morning. They close down about noon or 1 o'clock. Then people are sleeping. Then they eat their main meal,
Right.
and then they go to sleep.
Sleep.
And then they wake up,
And
and
back to work.
then forget about it. Then the rest of the night, their businesses open up again, and people are strolling in their best outfits, walking down to the
Yeah, I kind of like
square.
that. Finish the meal, take a 20-minute nap, and then go back to work.
Yeah, yeah, that's a good practice.
Yeah.
All right, thank you for the question. Okay, so sleep. I think we talked about that enough. And then the last factor important in staying healthy is doing everything with love. And I strongly believe that from the heart, if we just project love, and along with that is a nice big smile, it's going to take you, it's going to definitely give you a peace of mind. It's going to help the conversations, the interaction between people. So doing everything with love. Okay, so air, water, earth, sun, move, sleep, and love. Okay, and those are the 7 important factors in staying healthy. And then that's kind of says it all. So listen, I want to say, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. If you found anything interesting and wanted to share, please do. Subscribing to this channel allows you to know when my next show is, and I like to see when you like anything that I do. So thank you. If you have any comments, please ask me anything. I read my comments and I could get back to you. And if anyone wants any physical therapy, I do perform skilled physical therapy in an outpatient clinic it's called North Jersey Physical Therapy. I work there in the evenings and Friday mornings. So if there are any questions, please comment and we'll get back to you. All right? Stay tuned for other shows in the near future. Thank you for listening. Thank you, Ruben, for all you do. And, and I should thank my sponsor, Jerry Petito, for helping Body, Mind, Soul show stay on the air, and Iron Horse Films and HamiltonRadio.net. Thank you very much. Okay, ready to roll.